Hello, I'm the developer for this Nerdstalgia application for Android, and I thought that would be cool to record a video so you could see how it works. So let's go. So we just open it and it instantly converts everything that goes through the camera into retrovision. And the first vision or mode that you get is the Commodore 64. It has this sort of strange aspect ratio with the image, the result image, with 2:1 pixels. So this is how the ATC magic looks through the C64 mode. And let's move to the next one, which is this Becky. And this Becky has this, as probably you know if you've ever used a Spectrum, has this sort of attribute clash errors, well not errors, kind of visual alias or whatever. So that's because they wanted to save space in the memory implementation. I don't really know the details, but basically it boils down to that. If they just had 1 byte per block or something, so you could, at the end you could only have 2 colors in each block of 8 by 8 pixels. So that's why you need to decide which is the most important color in each block, and that's why when you get some adjacent colors, which are kind of slightly different but not that different, that's why you get those funny effects. They're kind of lovely in their own way. And then we move to the next computer, which is the PCW, and that was the first computer I ever used, so I have like a special penchant for these aesthetics. This one just have like, let's say, 3 colors, green and more intense green and black, so you could enjoy any of those 3 colors as long as there were only those colors. It was quite interesting because it had high resolution, so it was quite good for entering text. And I'm pretty sure if you know anything about the history of Amstrad computers, you will probably know about the famous LocoScript, and everyone had that, like doctors and everyone had this kind of computer instead of a typewriter. So let's move to the CGA mode. CGA cards were developed by IBM for their IBM PC computers, and basically they had 2 modes. I mean, when they were using the graphics mode, they had basically 2 modes. The first one is the mode 0, and it has 4 colors, which is a bit hard to appreciate here, but you get the idea. The 4 colors were like yellow, kind of pale red, green and black again. We can try to see that with this funny big. The second mode was the CGI mode 1, not very ingenious, I know, and it was quite pink. Although again the camera doesn't really show, but if you ever think about computer graphics, early PC computer graphics, I'm pretty sure you will think about or remember these extraordinarily strong pink graphics. And a good example of this is the Alley Cat game, which is the screenshot which accompanies the CGA mode explanation in the Wikipedia. So it's a good example, and it's a good game as well. Okay, and then we move to the Hercules. Hercules wasn't developed by IBM, but by an independent alternative developer which wanted to be able to type Thai characters for his degree or something. So he just developed a new graphics card. And the good thing of this card was that even if it was monochrome, it had extraordinarily high resolution. So writers and programmers and people who used to handle text loved that card. And even though it was still quite old, I still can attest that there were programmers using it at around 2002 and things, they used that for debugging. So it shows that that it was really successful. So yeah, let's move to the next one. The next one is the Eda Mode, which is enhanced graphics adapter, and this one has 16 colors. And I used to play a bunch of games with those which use this graphic mode, and they were really amazing. At that time it was like, wow, this has EGA graphics, it's like an amazing game. So yeah, it's got, let's say, because it is like the best of the bunch, so it's not that retro as the other ones, but you can still get pretty good results. Next one is Game Boy. I'm pretty sure you all know about the Game Boy. The Game Boy also had an accessory called Game Boy Camera, which more or less produced results like this one, I guess because I've never used a Game Boy Camera, but I've seen the results and it looks more or less like this. And with that, we go back to the beginning, but I'm not sure if you know that you can take pictures and then you can also watch them. So here they are. Oops. Okay, so this is the picture we just took. You can also see, for example, this one I took in the tube this afternoon. It's pretty tube-ish. And there's also this one from St. James's Park. This little bird, did he know that he was going to be used in an example. So that's it basically. So you just can go around and around. And that's it basically. I hope you enjoy the application, and thanks for watching.